Today I'm making apple fritters. All children like apple fritters, but these are just slightly different. Oh dear, this is a clever little device. Now how does this work again? That's it. And we just pop. This is probably the biggest apple that will ever go on here. And usually my granddaughter does this, but it's a fairly easy thing to do. And we just release it with this little button here. And now you've got pretty much one apple. I'm going to pop that in there. And we're just moving this to the side, the apple core and all the bits. And then I'll just do the next one. Ooh!
Oops.
Oh dear. That was unexpected. I think you're going to need a tool to fix this. Oh, here we are. No, this little screw had come adrift. Not that I knew anything about it. This is why I let the children do this sort of thing. Right, well, let's just carry on. There we are. This is all of the rubbish. I don't really want that one. And I don't really want that one. Right. And with this one, the very bottom isn't quite right either. Right. We finished with that. So I'll just rinse it off and put it back in the cupboard. Now, I'm just going to make the batter. And we need some oil in here to fry with. We're using olive oil because of where we live and we can get it. Right. Now, this is just a basic flour. So as you saw vaguely the amount, it's about 2 of those. And this is corn flour. This makes it a much more Japanesey type flour. Much more of a tempura than a batter. Makes it lighter. Now I'm going to put in some cinnamon because I think most people like cinnamon. But some of the things that you could use: ginger, allspice, something that goes with apple. Okay. And that needs a little bit of a mix. And then I'm going to add some milk. And at this point we can add some of the vanilla essence. This is real essence, and it just adds another layer of really nice smells, a very nice perfume. This is your egg. And it's gone dark because of these two being dark. Otherwise it would be a very light yellow colour. Now you can see it's a very thick cream. And that's what you're looking for, really. Okay. And we turn our heat on. Now this is a nice thick frying pan, so it will heat the oil nice and evenly, and we can use them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these into nice thick rings like this. So So they're quite chunky. And then I'm going to cook on one side. Once it's in the pan after it's been dipped, okay, you'll find that there'll be a hole in the middle. And then I'm going to add a filling. Now you could add anything that is to your liking. I'm adding some walnuts, and they were in the bag like this, and I've broken them up by hand. If you don't like nuts, just stick with the fruit. I've got cranberries, but you could use anything that's slightly acidy, something like pecan nuts would be nice. But these things, you could replace the cranberries with sultanas. And I'm just going to put them in, push them down to the bottom while it's in the pan. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of this to top it over, so that when it's cooked, we can tip them over, and when you get them, you've got a little filling, which is rather nice to have. Okay, just a little difference, that's all, but just makes it nice. It's starting to come up. I don't want to burn anything, so I'm going to turn it down, and I'm going to add these into there. Okay, so, and you can see it's starting to fizz on the bottom. I'm going to put a couple of these in and some of these. And now I'm going to pour some of this into here, which will allow me to pop this in the top. There. Now that makes it very different. You can always add a spice mixture. If you're British, there's always the standard mincemeat you could stick it in for Christmas. You could do a lot of interesting things with this. And by building them high, you get somewhere to put all your mixture. Okay, so we stuff those in, put a nut on the top, and put some mixture over that as well. There you are. Now we're just going to turn it down because we want it to cook. And there's quite a lot. These are actually eating apples I'm using. The French don't actually use cooking apples. They use eating apples. And these are Braeburn, which are very cheap at this time of year. So that's why we picked these. There's your little bits of stuffed fruit. And this goes into the hole. And it will slowly dip down. As you can see, they're starting to dip in. And I can fit another one comfortably in. And if I'm lucky, I can probably get the fifth one in. Now, you can make them thinner, but then you won't have so much space to put things. Right, and the last one will be in 1 second. I'm going to knock this down a little tiny bit. And I think you'll get those two out of that pot, won't you, really? There you are. And it's just nice, isn't it, at this time of year, when the winters are getting colder and autumn's a miserable time and it's a long way till spring. So you need something nice. There you are. And we just let them cook. Now, I need to clear up, especially my fingers. Right. I'm just going to turn these over. You just let these sit and cook, and they will cook. Now, it's beginning to make more of a crispy noise, so you know that the oil is getting hotter because the batter is now cooked. But I want to crisp them a little bit, so I'm turning them back. And there. Doesn't that look quite nice? So apple fritters with a big difference. This is very appley, and then we will serve it with some nice crunchy sugar that is covered in vanilla. And all that is just, I've got 5 vanilla pods in here, and I just keep topping it up as I use the sugar. And we'll just sprinkle that, and that's all there will be to it. I think you're probably as crispy as you want to be now. I'm taking that off the hot ring. I'm letting that cool. Now, watch. I just drizzle this over the top of them, and it just is so nice, this sugar. Just natural vanilla pods. You can see them here, and these are actually bleeding their oils out. There you are. Everyone will like those. Okay, I haven't done these two because I want to try one, and I can't really eat all the sugar, which is sad really. But there you are. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, the apple's still got bite to it, which makes it nice. Okay. That makes a really nice dessert. And these little sharp bits of cranberry. This is really good. They're not stodgy. They're not heavy. They are just fruity and light. Very good. And the nuts are a really nice addition, aren't they?